Good morning, everybody. Dan here with another video. Today we're not doing quite a military ration. We're going to take a look at this Backpacker's Pantry Huevos Rancheros just because, well, it's breakfast, and this thing, I believe, is about 2 years past the expiration. Has a date up here of 1/18/15, and then on the front looks like 10/20/12 is when it was produced. It's been stored, I would say, in decent conditions. It was in a camping backpack of mine for a while. Now it's been down here and some of my other gear. It's the package kind of beat up. So I'm interested to see if this is still good. I imagine being freeze dried, it will be. Something like this would be similar to what would come in like a food packet, long range patrol, or a meal cold weather. They come with the freeze dried meals, but they're made by Mountain House primarily. So instructions say to add 1 1/4 cups of water, blend well, and let stand for 10 minutes. So we're going to put it inside this mess kit here. Doesn't have like a gusseted bottom like some of the Mountain House, so you gotta have to put it in something to prepare it. Everything in there still looks pretty decent. Looks like it's kind of been smushed around a little bit, but we're gonna pour it in. So you can see the contents inside there. We're going to go ahead and add that water. This has beans in it, so it says let it stand for 10 minutes due to the beans in it. So we're going to stir it up. That 1 1/4 cups almost seems like way too much water. This may be a big flop. That's what it said on that package, but this sounds like it's going to turn into a soup. More than a actual eggs. So we're going to give this some time to see if it reconstitutes, and I'll be back. Alright, so I let this sit for a while, and well, it's still a soup. So it says to let it simmer. So I'm going to do that. I don't think this is good anymore. I think the dry milk in it's gone bad. It just smells like old cheese, and it's a Huevos Rancheros. I mean, I know some cheese smell, but I mean, it smells like old cheese. And I added the exact amount of water it says, and this is just like a soup. So it said add 300 milliliters. and that measuring cup was a metric measuring cup. And I mean, I could see letting this heat up for a little bit, but I can't imagine all this water is gonna cook down. But I'm gonna let it sit here for a while, see what it does, and we'll come back and see if this thing actually does anything, and maybe see if the smell improves. You can see there's big chunks of beans and egg in there, corn. So I mean, it looks like it could be pretty good, but I don't think it's supposed to be a soup. So let's see what happens with this thing. Alright, so I let that simmer here on the stove for a little while, and definitely it did reconstitute down into what I would consider a little more acceptable than what it started out as. It still smells weird. I don't think I'm going to try it, knowing that there's dried milk in this, and what Steve 1989 has said about his experiences with dried milk, and knowing that this wasn't stored in the best conditions. I don't really want to eat it. I might consider a little taste. You can look at it. I mean, it looks like it would have been pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I guess it tastes okay. It's nothing great. You know, it's 3 years past its expiration, so I don't know if that helps. You know, has affected it. But that being said, I think if you're going to buy a freeze-dried camping ration, I would go with the Mountain House. I think they require less preparation, plus they come in a nice gusseted bag, so you can make it right in the bag. And that you just have to add water and let it sit. It doesn't require this additional cooking, you know, out. So it's a little easier to prepare from what I've seen. You know, they're like the LRP. In fact, they make the contents inside the LRP, and those you just add your hot water, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and it's good to go. So that being said, I would pass on one of these, and I also know the LRPs the Mountain House stuff has a much longer shelf life. So that's been this little Huevos Rancheros, and I guess I'll be doing something else for breakfast this morning. So a little different than the normal military ration, but I thought it'd be interesting to check out, see what the longevity was on this freeze-dried camping ration, and well, now we know. So everyone have a good morning, and we'll be back with hopefully a video today later on the Strategic Air Command and food packet in flight.